Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another Randomised Gaming stream. I am your host for this Randomised Gaming stream, as always the editor of Randomised Gaming, Random Gamer Riven. And in tonight's stream we are looking at Decathlete, or as it was known in Europe, Athlete Kings. Hence why I've got both titles, because I'm familiar with the European version, but I have subsequently got a Japanese version, because the Japanese version has an additional character, and I'm actually playing the Japanese version tonight as well in tonight's stream. So I won't let the attract mode play out anymore. Just show off the various characters. Japanese version, the US version is actually probably the worst version, as they also removed Jeff Banks, because his original name was rather unfortunately Robin Banks, which seemed to be a very poor choice of name, seeing as the character seems to be based on the Decathlete superstar Daley Thomas, who is still regarded by many as the best decathlete ever. So let me just remind myself, that is options, or is this single events? Yep, so this is options, action, run power, yeah. Actually, I'm just going to change. Okay, this is records. It's interesting, this game has a slight background noise. I think that might be the game itself. Hope that's not the Saturn SCART lead. Ooh. Oh bollocks, that is the Saturn SCART lead. Let's see how I fix that. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do too much about that tonight. I'll have to look at that. I think it's because the lead's not straight. At the minute I'll need to clear some of this stuff up around my office. Apologies. Or that might actually be the game having a bad background noise. Some games do that. So here we go with the characters. We have Rick Blade, Carl Vane, Jeff Jansen, Alexia Riger. Yeah, this Jeff Jansen was originally known as Robin Banks, I think in the original arcade version, which the US strangely took him out rather than use the renamed version, which is a really bad mistake on the US version. So the US version is utter garbage of this. But that character seems to be loosely based on the iconic decathlete athlete Daley Thompson, who was a British athlete, I believe, hence why we've got the Russian, got the Japanese Joe Kudo, we've got Femi Kamine. The announcer will pronounce all that. Elaine Religian, Lu Huang. So there we go. Lu Huang's hair is actually wrong in this sub picture. Here we go. So we're going to take a look. I'm actually going to just do a quick. This is the arcade mode. So let's just do a quick Rick Blade. I can't remember if this doesn't have a trial mode. I think this one lets you do individual events, practice, I think so. There we go, yeah, this is the practice mode. Let's get some long jump action in first. I've got to practice on all the events before I actually go for it. I didn't see the optimal jump angle, but pretty much this game is based on track and field. It is almost a direct sequel. About 35. What's that? I think about 25 is the optimal angle. And as you get older, this game is definitely not ideal for my fingers, as I'm absolutely going to beat the living daylights out of the buttons, so to speak. In fact, I'm actually pushing my keyboard back so I can put the joypad up to get a bit more stability. You will hear a lot of rattling this stream. Apologies, that's how you play these games. Little trick, double tap with two fingers. That was something a pro Street Fighter player taught me many years back, because that gives you better speed. And this is one of the best looking Sega Saturn games on the console. It actively puts some Dreamcast and PlayStation 2 games to shame with how good it looks. Pole vault's one I'm going to practice on because it's a horrible one to get right. So I'm going to aim to unlock the hidden character. I have already unlocked him, but for the course of this stream I thought I'll show how you unlock Mankiki Kazami. So it's A or C. Do the run up. You press B to place. You keep the power down. And then at the right point you release. This is probably the hardest event in the game. Hence why it's a good idea to practice on it. So let's keep it nice and low to begin with. And I've got to hold that down while tapping, so maybe I'll just try the double tap. Okay, that was not a very good practice, but at least it's a start. Let's give that another whirl. Appreciate the likes we had early on in the stream. It is actually it is an iconic game. I'll show you. Pole vault. I'll do the javelin very quickly. Just show you a couple of events to begin with. It is an iconic. Each of the characters do have slightly different abilities. Some are all-rounders, some are specialist shot. Rick Blade and Joe Kasuda were the all-rounders. I think the throwing angle is 45 degrees on this. And that is a new world record if that was in the actual event. So yeah, this one you've got to keep your speed in the... Oh, hold it to... Yeah, it shoots down rapidly. Let's give it another shot, but I've already got a world record throw, so... Just tapping the one button this time, because you've got to keep it in that centre bit. The constant light. Oh, that's pretty much the perfect angle. Yeah, and even better for 85.33 metres in the training. And this game does look absolutely gorgeous. It just looks fantastic. So yes, we hit the run button and then we press the jump. I mean, a lot of this game directly stole from Track and Field. It is a shameless update to Track and Field, but it's just a perfect update to Track and Field, and it just improves on it in a lot of areas, makes it more user-friendly.
On your mark, get set. Could have done better there, but this is only a practice, so... I wish it would... The only slight gripe I have with the tutorial is the fact it takes you back to... The shot put's the interesting one, because you can actually twizzle it round, so... You can basically supposed to do the power throw, but you can also do the twizzle throw, which is how you get the highest scores. So the way it tells you how to do them is slightly different to how you can also... There are two methods to do them in the shop, but... As I said, I mean, the sound's great. The sound, music, gameplay, graphics, I mean, visually, this is probably the best looking Sega Saturn game on the system outside of Die Hard Arcade, in terms of just high-res visuals. So this one, if you press L and R as a little... You can change the... Yep. There you go with the blimp. We can control the blimp. We can make it fly in circles. So that's the standard throw. Do the standard one again. Let's get the blimp to... We've got a time limit as well. This was originally an arcade game. That's not going to be as good. And then we have the... If you do this, you can spin up with this one. Or is this the discus? I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. There we go, the spin throw version. This is one of the games that really does take advantage of the Sega Saturn's high-res mode. Unfortunately, the sequel didn't. It still used... The arcade version used the same engine, but they had to slightly tone down the graphics of the Saturn's port because it was simply too taxing for the high-res to work. The sequel has a lot more stuff in it, so the arcade version had high-res visuals, but not the Sega Saturn's version. Which is a little bit disappointing if you're a Sega Saturn fan like me, that the Saturn's version was a bit nerfed on the follow-up, but it is just a fantastic game. So I'll give the pole vault another shot. I don't really need to practice 1500 metres. I'm just going to give them all a practice, then I'm going to aim to do Mankiki Kazami, because I've basically taken out the save file, so I haven't used my existing save file. I'm going to try and do it tonight on stream so you can see it. You've got a hole, and then when the pool pulls up, you've got a thing, and you press it to launch as well. So you do it one-handedly with 3 fingers, just to get that real power press. And the jump 4 meters. Let's do. Do I want to go for the world record? No, I don't. Let's do 440. Okay, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. Oh, just missed to slightly release too early. The only thing that doesn't thank you with these type of games is your joypads. These are the games that really do in the joypads. They really do in the soft membrane underneath the buttons, because they are rapid pressing all the way. Oh, 460, that's not bad. Discus throws it. The discus is a weird one. It's almost the same as the. Yeah, so you actually do the twizzle throw on this one as well. Basically, it's a bonus throw on the shot put to do. I'm going to aim for 45 degrees, so yeah. Oh, that's just going to be out, isn't it, yet? Really got to pummel that circle for that one. So I have to remember that. Probably should do the high jump as well. High jump. Press up to pull your feet up, as I remember in this one. Yeah, so even if I break the world record on this practice mode, I don't get to do so. There's the decathlon, and then there is the arcade mode. Just going to see how I actually unlocked. So you press, yeah, you basically pace yourself. This one you have to pace yourself, so you can't just run it out at fast speed. You have to keep your speed and just let it relax if your stamina starts to go.
Get set.
Make a slightly odd noise when they hit one another. You'll notice you don't actually get the other athletes in this race. You get like weird sprite guys. Obviously at the time with the Saturn's version they realised they couldn't fully power it due to the listen, that guy hit me so I can get some speed back. Yeah, you run to the back of me. What I'm doing is keeping a solid pace, so keeping a steady button press. I'm not pressing too rapidly, I'm just keeping it solid. I think I'm going to be inside the world record time at present. What you don't want is to lose all your stamina, because that way you completely burn out and then she will burn out if she does that. But if you have a full stamina bar, you can pretty much go for broke on this final round. There I go. I'm going to go flat out now. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Does actually play a rendition of Chariots of Fire. Sega Saturn STV. Oh, just under the world record. Just 36 of a second outside the world record. That's good for when we do it for the actual run, though. That means. So let's go for the full decathlete mode now, shall we? Can I unlock Mankiki Kazami? Yeah, I've managed to get most of these down in the past. So we've done a previous video. Hello to Inside the U. Thank you to joining the stream. Yeah, I've played through this a few times. I do actually have a playthrough on the channel. I've not, however, shown you how to unlock Mankiki Kazami, who is a Japanese-only Sega character. Basically, if you unlock him in this mode, I need to get over 8,000 points as my total score. So I need to come first. So, without further ado, now that I've practiced a bit, got up to speed with all the games, so hopefully, the only downside with this is if you do really well, it pushes up the difficulty hugely in the arcade and this mode, so that way they become very difficult to beat. But hello to everyone, as always, I'm the host of this randomised gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven, and I welcome you to this stream of Decathlete or Athlete Kings on Sega Saturn, also released on STV Arcade.
Joe Kudo. Japan. Course number 2. Jeff Jansen, United Kingdom.
Oh, I should probably pick Jeff Jansen actually, but I know Joe
On your
Kulis is
mark.
the best all-rounder, so...
Get set.
And I have a first world record. Cheers, thank you, Inside the U. I will do my best. I will do my best to unlock him. I think I need 8,000 points, although I think it might be slightly higher when I check before. I think it's you need to become first. I'm literally like... No, I am Riv. So I should say this was released originally in arcades in 1995 in Japan. I think it didn't get over into Western markets in 96. The Saturn's version started off as 96. I can't remember if it was 97 in. So there we go, 10,057 points. I have a feeling it might be I actually need 10,000 points to get Mankiki Kazami. I have a feeling that a lot of the guides are actually wrong. The cheat sites when I checked it. I think I need to literally get first on everything. Thank you, Inside the U. I will do my absolute best. I think the angle is... So the angle is 25 for the high jump. And press the action one again to get a better landing. Okay. Well, if I fail once, I will try again. We've got plenty of time on this stream. Oh. That was a bit like one of them I know in the long jump this year nearly virtually broke the record. Oh, that's well low. Okay, let's see if we can do it with this one. Yes! Yes! Oh yes, that's a good start. That's a very good start on my way to trying to unlock Mankiki Kazami. And yes, it was published by Sega in all regions, of course, and it was developed by Sega AM3. And it's still readily, it was released in all regions. As I mentioned, the US version's the worst because they took out Jeff Jansen and Mankiki Kazami. Mankiki Kazami is not in the European version either. He was actually from a manga called Decathlete. So basically, he's actually a licensed character, hence why he was actually removed. So I'm going to try the shot put once normally, and then I'll try it. I want the angle at 45 to see. The throwing it does get you better, so... It says you can use the trigger buttons to... Oh, that's not a great throw. Oh. Right. Come on, come on. Yes, this is going to be an epic throw. Yes! Yeah, the spinning method actually works better. Okay, that's actually pretty lucky breaking 3. Well, admittedly they're the default time, so you will... Okay, 1,000, so I got 3,500 points already. Good. Now, as you mentioned, epic throw. Yeah, thank you, Inside the U. This is probably the harder event. I think I've got to press down or up to bring my legs up at the right moment. They can be a bit problematic bringing your legs up. .45 is the ideal, and then... Okay, let's go for basic to begin with. Yes! So this is probably one of the weakest events, so... Let's try 2 meters. Oh, come on, lift your legs up. You've got to press down. They can be a little bit slow lifting. So this will be the one I don't break the record on, but as long as I got a qualifying score, that's... Oh, lift your legs up. You have to jump. This one, you have to jump a bit early, I'll be honest. I think you have to jump early because they're a bit slow lifting their legs up. Then when you press it, there's sort of the... 496, that's not great, but that's still a qualify. So it's the first sprint run with the stamina bar, and I've got to hold it throughout the whole race.
On your mark, get set.
No, come on. She was flat out with that pacing. Okay, so end of first day, 764 points. That's not too bad. 4,700. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's probably could have done slightly better. I probably should have practiced that one. I'll double practice the high jump and the thing if I run it again. But I think it should be good. This one's quite an easy one to beat, so let's give it... I think I beat the record. No, I didn't quite beat the record in training. I will go aim to beat the record this time, though.
On your mark, get set.
Now, admittedly, I'll be breaking world records on this run. I won't be on any future ones as these are the default timed. Like I said, I basically created a fresh save file to see if I can unlock Mankiki Kazami for this stream. But I said, it is a phenomenal Sega Saturn game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend grabbing a copy. It's still very cheap. Oh, 999 points. That's good enough for me. That's as close to 1,000 as you could ever want. But I want at least 1,000 per game, ideally. So the few events you slightly mess up on, you've got plenty of thing. And as always, if you enjoy our streams here at Randomised Gaming, please do consider hitting that like button. It is very much appreciated. My slight gripe with this one is it's actually a bit difficult to tell where the throw is going to go because of how you do it. Push. Ah, that's well out. That's a not bad throw either. $39, that's not bad, that's not bad. Okay. No, he's going to throw it too wide. Oh, maybe that's better than I thought it is. That was. That's actually quite surprising. That's quite high considering that the world how far off the world record we were. So, okay, this is another one. As I said, not my favourite events, but I'm going to see how well we do. Although this one I feel more confident on than the high jump. Ah, lost too much speed there. Okay, gotta keep this going. I don't want to screw this up. Oh. Oh. You have to actually release the runs to put the pole down. Okay, so that scores the grand total of 0. So this is where I need to make up for that pole vault disaster. Okay, and that's one way to recover. can I better that? No, I couldn't, but I'm happy with a throw of 88 metres. I doubt I'll get that again. Appreciate all the likes to everyone on stream. Thank you very much. $1,194, because that's a very good recovery for the bad. Okay, here we go with the final event. So as long as I don't screw this one up right royally, I should in theory beat the 8,000 mark. I have a feeling it's actually higher. I need to unlock Mankiki Kazami, but we'll give it a shot.
Get set.
Go all out now. Come on, come on. Don't run out before the finish line. Come on, go for it. Go for it, Joe. Come on. Yes, we broke the world record. Admittedly, they were all default times. I've actually got much better. Whew. Okay, 4,076. Oh, that's the total day score, is it? So 8,963. We are on the podium score. Now, is that enough to unlock Mankiki Kazami. Thank you, everyone. And let's give it another whirl. So supposedly I should have Mankiki Kazami unlocked. I will check. I'm not entirely sure if I need slightly higher score. I'm going to practice the long jump, no, the high jump and the thingy again to see if we can get better scores. And the pole vault, seeing as I screwed up on both of them. Like I said, still one of the very best. There isn't a PlayStation game that looks as good as this Sega Saturn game. Just shows you the power of the Sega Saturn when in the right hands and when its full graphical potential was used. And the physics were fantastic as well. They just look so realistic. Unfortunately, there was a trade-off. Those graphics come with the... You can't have much else other than the character. Whew. Right, I have a feeling I managed to unlock Kiki because when I unlocked Kiki Kazami, you actually needed to have a higher score than what I remember. So I've got X held. Oh, he is there. Got him. So yes, this is the anime character who was removed from all the other versions of the game. There is Mankiki Kazami. Once you get a score, so it is a score of 8,000 or higher. Once you get him, hold X, then select the mode, and Joe Kazami will be replaced by Mankiki Kazami. He was basically part of a... He is actually a licensed character, which many people don't know, hence his anime look. He basically starred in a manga. I think it was actually called Decathlete, or Decathlete, something. He's basically a Decathlon. Just check it is called Decathlon. Manga. Decathlon. Yeah, it was. There was a manga called Decathlon and Mankiki Kazami was in it. He was the main character on it. That's why he's actually missing from all the other versions, because they didn't have the license. It's weird. Why would you have a secret character who's actually a licensed character? Bit of an odd one, but he is a nice secret character. So, without further ado, there's also the tumble race in 100 meters dash and the but yes, that's the secret character unlocked. So I'll just actually do a practice on the 100 meters. Left, right, X.
100 meter dash.
You can actually turn this into the tumble race. So yes, this character is Japanese only. You can only get him if you have a Japanese version of the game.
Course number 1.
Mankiki Kazami, Japan.
Course number 2.
Ellen Leggiani, France.
On your mark. Get set.
Well, I was doing the tumble race cheat there, but it didn't seem to work. I have to check that that's actually correctly put down. A lot of the cheat codes are actually incorrectly entered on a lot of game sites. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to practice on the... I just want to practice on the... Oh, I wasn't holding X there. Alright, let's do a quick go as Carl Vane. I'll play as most of the... I'll try and get through and at least have 1 or 2 goes as most of the characters. I'll actually do a run as Mankiki, Kazami. I think I'll do the arcade mode next, just to show you how that differs from the arcade version. The Decathlete version. I think the arcade mode you get to pick your events. And the winning criteria goes up per thing, so the more you do it. So basically you have to win, the more you win, the harder the qualification criteria is in arcade mode, which does mean that eventually it becomes inhumanly possible to win without losing your credit. I mean, some of these games were never, unless you're literally cheating with the turbo pad in the arcade mode, it becomes impossible to win. Yeah, I think you've got to be a little way. I'll actually press it up on the D-pad. I think you've actually got to be a little way out when you do the jump. So there, I was pressing up and he didn't lift his legs, so maybe it's down. Oh, it's down to lift their legs. You press down. There he goes. Oh, we'd have just smashed the world record there. Okay, that's better. Didn't do too well at the discus throw. It's getting the roll right. I'll be honest, this one I used to cheat with friends and have them roll. One of you would roll it and one of you would press the activation button. It's really hard to get the strength up in this one despite the rolls. Let's try a slower roll. Yeah, I need to be faster on those ones. Oh, that was way too high. Good strength though, good strength. That sounds like an American doing a very bad German accent for Carl Vane. Superb, I love it. Ich bin das Oberland Deutschland. And no, I was not speaking German there. I just said Deutschland, and if you, just doing a slight German accent. My German is dreadful, and I'm sure a few of my German friends I've worked with over the years will probably correct me on that. Okay, let's do the pole vault again, which I messed up on spectacularly before. Now, you can always cheat with this game if you have a turbo pad, and we do actually have a Saturn turbo pad, so I could make my life a lot easier by just choosing that. So, where I went wrong on was... you have to release...
Foul.
Oh, yes. That's not great, but it's... okay, that gives me better confidence there. It's a bit the old adage, practice makes perfect. It's a bit like I briefly saw a video today on those various guys who've managed to beat the Dark Souls games without taking a hit, and I'm just like, that's an impressive feat, but why would you do that? Why would you? Because that's going to take so much time and so much of your energy. The thing I think I've got to get is, I think there's the release point here which you can get spot on for that additional height. So yeah, when you get it in there, you basically build it up to the power. And then you basically release before you get to the top to get the vault. I'll go for Decathlete mode next with Mankiki Kazami. I do need to do a run as Mankiki Kazami. I've not actually done a... Let's go for the world record. Let's really challenge myself. Oh, too slow. Of course, I am not going for... I'm just going for my current... basically the default records, and the default records aren't hard to beat. Once you start setting your own times, that's when you really get some good times. Admittedly, I wouldn't actually recommend using a turbo pad because then it makes your times unbeatable. Ooh, that's tough. I think I've actually got to release a bit earlier for the best. Oh, Decathlete. Oh. That's okay inside the youth. Thanks for stopping by. It's always welcome to have people on the street. Yeah, I think I'm going to try. So we've unlocked Mankiki Kazami. I've got a bit of practice. I don't think I'll be breaking the world record in pole vault, but at least I know what I'm doing now. That's probably the hardest one. Let's give Discus another one. I want to see if I can get this one down a bit better.
The discus throw.
And I'll give the arcade mode a shot, and you'll see how tough. The arcade mode is infamous because the arcade mode basically is quite unlike the Decathlon mode, which is Saturn exclusive. In the arcade mode, I think you get to pick your event, and it just becomes wildly harder as you go. As always, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button, very much appreciated. And of course, if you're new to Randomised Gaming, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It is very much appreciated. Right. Nope. Oh! Oh, I thought the throw was out. Okay, that's not too bad. It's the build up with the actual... the spin. See, that was quite a bit weaker. It's obviously got to stay low with the height, not high in this one. So being under 45 is better than being over. Okay, that's actually going to be a blooming good throw. 48, still not great. Also the angle you slightly felt. So 50, 18, that's not too bad. Let's try arcade mode then. I'll actually do it as Mankiki Kazami, the secret character. So hold X, press start. And there's our Mankiki. So in arcade mode, you get slightly less events, and I think you get to pick your events in arcade mode. And left, right, X. So tumble right. Since the announcer session. So in the tumble race, press left, right, X since the announcer says your name.
Course number 1.
Mankiki, Kazami, Japan.
Course number 2.
Legiani, France.
On your mark. Get set.
I'll have to check that with the Japanese cheat sites. I can't get that one to work yet, so... I'll try to get... There's a you could do a tumbling race at the... So, in arcade mode, we have to do qualifying times, which basically means if you don't do them, you get the chop. So that wasn't quite as good as my previous run. Possibly the characters do make... So here we go with the fairies we get to pick. And each game increases... You'll see the top there, your qualifying distance. So at the minute, high jump is 1m7. So let's do high jump. So that's 1 meter. So 1m7 is my qualifying, the height. Each time you clear event in arcade mode, the qualifying criteria goes up. It does get virtually impossible. But it's a really good fun game. And if you haven't played before, the only thing I want to be thanking me by the end of the stream is my fingers, which are going to get very knackered. But so I'm just going to go for the clear, as this is the arcade mode, so I'm just going to get the clear time out, the clear height out the way. Oh yeah, he does the weird scissor kick as well, Mankiki. Let's go 2 meters. Oh. Oh, you fly kicked it again, you what? Yeah, I'm not sure he's built that character's that good for that. That fly kick's a bit weird. You want the character with the frisbee fly. That's the sort of old school way they used to do the high jump over the sort of scissor kick, which was just... I until they realised the frisbee flop was vastly better. So that's that one cleared. Probably a good thing I did that one early. So 49 seconds. Long jump of 6 meters. I can beat that. Let's do the 400 meters. So I know I can beat 8 meters on the long jump. Let's do the shot put, so it puts it out of... Yeah, so this one gets it out of range earlier. Ah, oh, threw it well out. Oh. Okay, I need to be really... That was max power as well. Ah! Four gems. Ah, failed that one. Appreciate the likes, everyone. Thank you very much. As always, if you're enjoying this stream. Ah, we've got 22 meters before. That was just me. I will be honest, it's a bit difficult to judge the throws, so it does knock down the criteria. I'm still going to aim myself to beat 17 meters, and I bet I'll beat it first time this time. There is a slight element of judging, just getting it, the angle and everything just right. As I said, there's two ways to do the shot put. You can do the discus throw method, which gives you a vastly better throw, so I'll just going to do this one normally this time. No, that's not good enough. Again, that's not a great throw. Oh, again, I've overshot it. Oh, and after I got 22 throw before, that's embarrassing. Right, I'll beat it this time. I'm going to still aim for 17 meters. I'm going to do the discus method from the start, and I will guarantee you I'll get... Knowing my luck, I'll smash the world record. This time we had it full strength as well, so I could have got perfect. $15.90 meter was a bit low there, but that's good enough for me. Again, a little low the throw. Oh, I nearly beat my world record there, so... Oh, that is going to beat my world record that time. So yes, that's what I mean about it. But see, Mankiki is absolutely slightly crazy when you beat the world records. That's what I mean. Yeah, I was holding a bit too late before. And he rolls around like a superstar. He is a crazy character. It's a real shame he was removed from the Western version of the game. 1,200 points as well. 53 meters on this one. 53 seconds, I mean? Yeah, it was down to 49. Basically, each time you clear an event, the qualifying time gets harder. Appreciate all the likes on tonight's stream as well. Glad to see you're all enjoying this. I said Decathlete is available, or Athlete Kings was released in Europe, North America and Japan in Sega Saturn. The reason I'm playing as the Japanese version, as I mentioned at the start, is this is the only version with the character I'm currently playing as, Mankiki Kazami, who was from the Decathlon manga. I'm doing a very steady press with this one, so I'm going to do a sprint when I get into the final leg. Come on, Mankiki, we can do it. You've got enough stamina. Come on, you can do it. I ain't going to run out of stamina now. Oh, that was a horrendous time. We both failed to qualify. Okay, I need to put a bit more pedal to the metal then. And the qualifying was 49 seconds on that one as well. So yeah, arcade mode stays true to its arcade form, and I've just done long jumps, so it's going to be nice and easy to beat. Oh, it's a 400 metres race. For a second I thought I'd picked long jump. But yeah, arcade mode is much trickier as the arcade times got unfairly difficult. In fact, they got so much more difficult that it was just ridiculous. Some of the times I'm not even sure are actually beatable. Yeah, I actually want to stay in the third. If I stay just below the blue meter, you don't actually lose it, as I recall. So I've still got it. So yeah, I had a 49 second time before. Alright, let's go for it. Let's go, Mankiki. Come on. Ah, oh, 47.08. I just beat my world record as well. Yeah, so that's what I mean with this. There is an element of luck as ebb and flow. I failed horribly that previous run, and then I got a world record-breaking run. So it can be a bit frustrating. You can do really well on the run afterwards, where you had much lower criteria that would have got you past on the other. 954 points on that one, so that's a really good for that event. That was really good. So the long jump is at 4. Okay, this can be really easy long jump. I'll smash this. Hello 8-bit SNK boy, thanks for joining the stream. Yep, we previously covered both games on the channel. In fact, we covered both games and their dreadful PlayStation 2 remake. And I can't recommend the PS2 remake. The Decathlete collection was very underwhelming, I have to admit. The original version, I think, like, arguably the original version looked better. So, but yeah, seeing as the Olympics, I thought I would stream this. So come on. Oh. These only fails the Olympics. I mean, it's one of the best. I mean, just it's still a fantastic looking arcade game. I mean, they could release it on on the modern one because it's stylized as well, so it's just held up so well. But it looks It looks better than any PS1 game ever released. It just looks... Oh, 9 meters! 9 meters! New world record. I'm absolutely smashed. So this is the thing, you get this weirdness where you have a few in arcade mode where you'll mess up a few and then you'll get some absolutely phenomenal runs. 9 meters 17. So that's given me 5,140 points on the first day. Okay, so we've got hurdles, the javelin throw, pole vault. I'm going to get the pole vault out the way.
The pole vault.
Yeah, it's a shame. So Winter Heat used the high-res graphics in the arcade, but for the Saturn they had to tone it down. It's a shame there isn't actually an arcade. It would be nice if they released, if Sega actually did an arcade perfect version of Winter Heats. They've never done one, and you still can't yet play the game on any known emulator, I don't believe, because the STV for that games aren't up. Even emulation isn't perfect. So the arcade version of Winter Heats you just can't play yet. And we're now looking at that being 20... It's well over 20 years old now. I mean, that's the thing, this game is well over 20 years old now. Done again, I've done it too early. As always, thanks for the likes on the stream, everyone. Very much appreciated. As always, if you enjoy our content, please hit that like button. Oh! I do this now. It's basically, you do some record-breaking runs and then I mess up spectacularly. Okay, that's good enough for me, qualifying for me. That's better than the previous. Appreciate the likes, guys. Appreciate the watch time as well. Glad to see you're enjoying this. This is a great fun game. 760 points, yeah. So if we'd matched the previous these best runs with my other run time, we'd now probably be well into the... Okay, this is going to be hard. 15 seconds.
The 110-meter hurdle.
Yeah, I mean, Athlete Kings really is aged well. Winter Heats used slightly more, as I said, wasn't quite as good graphically on the Saturn. Slight disadvantage with using the open source scan converter. It doesn't quite make it look as smooth as this game is using 4A Ti, so it's interlaced. But with it being the Olympics, I thought, why not? Let's get some Athlete Kings track and field, especially seeing as the track and field events are on at the minute. Get set. Go! Oh, I haven't actually... Come on, Mankiki, keep going, Mankiki. Keep going. Oh, yes, I even beat the world record again. Yeah, there's not yet an arcade. You cannot... There's no port... You've basically... The only update of Winter Heat is the Decathlete collection on the PS2, which is part of the Sega Ages 2500 run. And I did a stream of it a while back, and I discovered that the game was partly broken. You couldn't do one of the modes. It was just... It just would not work. It was just unforgiving. Forgivable one. It was the ski jump one on Winter Heats was just virtually impossible. They'd not quite done it correctly, so we've got 60 meters or 70. Oh, let's go with the 60 meters. Just discus.
The discus throw.
Discus is proving to be a bit of my nemesis at the minute. It's better to have a friend to do the whirling. I want to aim for that perfect angle of 45 degrees as well. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, I've got to beat the world record to get this throw out. I'm not going to do this yet. I've not got... It's just not happening. Oh! I got the throw down at last. Come on! Come on! Oh. I just absolutely mashed it. And I got the angle wrong, else I would have cleared it. Apparently, these Olympics are the lowest view. Yeah, it's because the BBC don't have. They've given them all to Disney. I think this game has just crashed on me. So either my Saturn's getting worn out, or it has actually just crashed on me. Oh, that's annoying. Apologies, everyone. I think it has just. Yes, it did just soft lock on me. That's annoying. Oh, my times. Have they all gone? Everything's gone black and white, Riv. Okay, is the picture back for you now? It's looking back for me. Yeah, it went... Everything's gone black, Riven. Yeah, no, it's fixed. Yeah, it had crashed. Sadly, the game has crashed on me. Okay, as it crashed on me is Mankiki Kazami, possibly because he's a hidden character. Maybe it's just a bit bad luck. Maybe it's because I was playing it a bit too long.
100 meter dash.
Maybe the Saturn's getting a bit worn. It's definitely not a young console. Or maybe it's just one of those bad... You occasionally get disc reads. It's back, don't worry, yeah. Yeah, it's sadly it crashed. So even Saturn games weren't always perfect.
Course number 2.
Li Huan, China.
They may have fixed a few of the
On
bugs
your
with the
mark.
European version as well. Okay, right, let's go.
Get set.
There I go again.
could have got a slightly faster time as well. Yeah, now I've heard the Olympics in the UK, Disney have basically bought up the rights. I think it's ESPN have got the rights, so that has just absolutely ruined the viewing figures. I mean, the other problem is that currently they're in Japan, so everything's in the morning, so... Or a large chunk of it's in the morning, because Japan's awake. Japan literally wakes up at about 2 AM in the UK time, so...
High jump.
Yeah, it crashed on me. I had to press reset on the Saturn, sadly, so... Thought we'd get a few more of the regulars on tonight with the Saturn fans, because I know this is a very popular game. Although they might be on, I might be some of the regulars. Hi, if you're... I know we've had a few viewers across the stream, so I don't know, some of the regulars are perhaps lurking on the stream, but hello to everyone who is on the stream, and thank you all for watching. I know we've had a few of you quite solidly tonight, so it's nice to see you all. So this is what I love about YouTube. Concurrent viewers 4, concurrent viewers 3 on the same things telling me. Let's go for it. Oh, Jeff, the slow bringing your feet up. Oh, again, you're slow bringing your feet up, Jeff. But yeah, I mean, with the Olympics on, this is by far... It's between, for me, it's between this and track and field for the best athletics game ever made. I kind of wish they would do a proper sequel to this with a ton more characters and just all the events. Oh, you play Phantasy Star Online? Do you still play the original Phantasy Star Online via the PC, or do you play Phantasy Star Online too? I know Random Gamer Dragoon still plays Phantasy Star Online, the original on PC. Let's get the shot put out the way, seeing as this was proving to be quite annoying, this one. One of the reasons I don't always skip the sequences is just to give myself like a just restore yourself so you don't. Oh no, that's not a good throw. No, that's gonna be. I threw it too late. I threw that one way too late. To be fair, the DS track and field game wasn't bad. And of course track and field has its sequel, Hyper Sports. Ah, Fudgeons.
Shot put.
Yeah, I've never actually played the PS1 track and field game, so I have to have a look at that. Was that a Konami one? I think they did one on the Dreamcast. The third game they did in this series, the Virtual Athletes, that just wasn't very good. It lost a lot. They took out all the characters, so it just lost any sort of sense of humour this one had. Oh, and that would have beaten the other time first time. And that's pretty much a perfect throw. I didn't realise they were a private service for PSU. I know Random Gamer Dragoon plays Phantasy Star Online 1 via private servers. I know there's quite a lot for Phantasy Star Online on PC. It's still the best way to play it by far. Yeah, the later games did seem a bit convoluted because the original was basically Diablo. I don't know why they didn't. Sega missed the trick by over-complexing some of the later Phantasy Star games. Hello to everyone on stream. I know we've still got quite a few people on stream, so thanks for all stopping by. I am your host for this randomised gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven. As always, if you enjoy our content, please do consider hitting that like button. The game you are seeing is Decathlete or Athlete Kings, depending where you live in the world, on the Sega Saturn, and it was originally a STV Titan board arcade game, which is basically the Sega Saturn hardware in an arcade board with slightly more RAM. I was going to say I hadn't heard too much about PSOU. How complete is the PC version? Because I know a couple of the versions were quite badly behind one another on PSU, so... Can I run for the rest of it? Is my stamina going to give up? Is it going to give up? Can I make it? Yeah, some of the characters, so Jeff Jansen, his specialty is throwing. And you see they got the STV boards that basically advertising the arcade version. I have a suspicion the boards are slightly different in the English version. Okay, this is an easy height to beat. Oh! It wasn't a bad jump either. I do like the fact it shows you where you just missed up on the board as well. That's really nice, and it's just like in the actual Olympics. They show you where you were on the board, where they fouling or where they were when they made the jump. Oh, I need to be careful now. Oh, that's... Yeah, that was well over. But this is the type of game now, if you had an online mode, would be absolutely cracking if you were all competing against one another. Especially because you could do it fast pace. You could even do like 100, have 100 people competing, and then you knock them out as they do worse and worse. Basically the best people get through.
The discus throw.
Okay, we've got to the second day. It seemed to crash with Mankiki when we got to the second day. I wonder if there's a slight bug there. So the optimal angle is 45. Is that going to be good enough? No, it's not. $49. Is that going to be out of radius? 55. Okay, that's my best throw yet, but that's still not good enough to qualify. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, come on, that was a perfect angle and a good strength. That's really irritating. That is really annoying.
The discus throw.
So yes, arcade mode is definitely tougher than Decathlete. $55.90. Yeah, I'm struggling to beat the world record on this one. Oh, that's a really good height throw, but wrong angle. The power was pretty good on that one.
The pole vault.
Oh, I see the Japanese server. Yeah, I know. I think the PS2 version was weirdly one of the more up-to-date versions of the game when it got a European release, because I think the PC version was behind it. I'm not entirely sure. The PS2 version actually did a lot more, was the expansion, which I think was download only on Xbox, but I'm not sure if there was additional content. I remember one of the versions they said was well behind the others. Oh, just out. And there's a bit more power on the launch. Oh yes, finally a half decent jump, 5 meters. No, that ain't gonna do it.
Foul.
There I go again. Whoa. The 110-meter hurdle.
On your mark. Get set.
There I go again. The javelin throw.
Okay, so that's another world record. So I'm already 8,800 points. How many more events have I got left for this then? Just 1,500. So I'm going to beat... Yeah, I should beat my previous best then.
1,500-meter race.
Yeah, I thought I'd heard the 360 version did have the least amount of content originally, because some of the expansions weren't released for it, whereas pretty much everything was rolled into the There were two versions on PlayStation 2. You had the original game, and then you had the Ambitions of the Illuminati version, which is pretty much everything in the second expansion. But I'd assume the PC version had more updates. I'm not an aficionado on Phantasy Star U. It's like the PSP Phantasy Star. There are 3 versions of that, and we didn't get one of them. There was Phantasy Star Online Portable 1, Phantasy Star Online Portable 2, and then Fantasy Online Portable 2, I can't remember the name, it's like Infinite Edition or something, which had an additional expansion and more content. Yeah, if you press B during this one, you can barge them out the way, which is quite nice. Oh, just beat out my world record. So I'll see if I can best my score in Decathlete mode. Any particular character you want me to play as 8-bit SNK boy? Ooh, 9,889. We got that one in arcade mode. So just shy of 10,000. That's a really good run. It's a shame I don't think there's much in the way of sort of congratulations. We get the nice little podium seat. There's the great Jeff Jansen, who, as I mentioned, was sadly taken out of the North American version. I think because that was due to his original name, which was Robin, R-O-B-I-N, Banks. Unfortunately, that could be... that was a poor name, I'll admit that. That was a really bad name. I do a bit of static noise on the SCART. Yeah, I think there was more the cultural and stereotypes with that original name was what was one of the reasons it was taken out. It's not a very good name. Although Jeff Jansen himself is actually based on, we think, Daley Thompson, who was, of course, the greatest, widely regarded as the greatest decathlete ever, and he was actually from my home country of the United Kingdom. Yeah, I generally used to play as Jeff Jansen, although I kind of like the all-rounders, because Rick Blade and Joe Kasudon were all-rounders. Yeah, I do need to look at that background slight noise I've got on this. It might just be the game, but I do need to check out the SCART. So is there a particular character you want to see that we take a look at in the next one? We have I've unlocked all 11 characters. Actually, I can't remember if you can play as the Ring character. Let's see what the other options are. So you've got moderate, I think there's easy, hard, yeah. Go to the side. Annoyingly, it throws you out of the options. Is that just exit? Yeah, that is. I think the top one, control. You can listen to all the music, so oh, okay, that's interesting. The Japanese cheat sites list the appearance of Mankiki Kazami. Ah, yes, that would explain it, because I remember getting 8,000. We didn't unlock him originally. You need to get a total of 8,500 points or more in the 10 type, then return to the main and do anything. So hold down the X button and start the game. Hold down the, don't do anything, hold down the X button to start. So is there a particular character you want me to run as? Just going to see if there are any other cheat sites out there. There's normally a couple. Double checking the Japanese cheats while we listen to a little bit of the music. Give my fingers a break for a second. Decathlete. Oh, if you hit the run power button while during the discus, you increase. Okay, so they say right left instead of left right. Yep, game facts is again wrong. It's 8,500. Yeah, I've already done a run through as Joe Kisaki. I will save Mankiki Kazami. So I've already done most of arcade mode as Mankiki Kazami. So let's do eeny, meeny, miny. So I've done Jeff. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger, by its toe. If it growls, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny. No. So let's do one of the girls. Let's do Famidi. Cadina. Famimi Cadina. Cadina. It's Cadina. Famimi Cadina. Her name will be pronounced very shortly correctly by the announcer.
Horse number 1.
Femi Cadiena, Jamaica.
Horse number 2.
Alexei Regal, Russia.
On your mark. Get set.
Oh, I equalled my record on that attempt.
Long jump.
Right, we know what we're doing here at the long jump, so let's go for it.
Foul.
Oh, just. Yeah, I regard it as it's Sega were doing their own sort of Sega sports thing, so they just had male and female competing. Because in computer games, you can make people as equal as you want, so... Oh. Which I think is pretty cool, actually. Plus, as they're all characters, it's nice to be able to, like, pick... Especially in the winter heats where you can play as all 4 characters, it's really nice to actually have like 2 male versus 2 female. I realise that wouldn't actually happen in the real Olympics, but it's nice to have it in a game. Because I'm not too fussed about... This doesn't need to be too realistic, to be honest. Oh, I threw it too late. I knew I was waiting too long. Okay, that should be a good throw. That should be a very good throw. Oh, yes! Oh, that should be an even better throw. Oh, slightly an angle. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, not quite as good.
Thank you.
My job.
Okay, so this was the weakest event I'm at. Was this and the pole vault, so let's give this one a good... I want to try and get a good run this time around, so... Right. Yeah, you can control the blimp with the shoulder buttons. I was controlling it at in the earlier part of the stream. Do I go? I'm going to go safe with 190 to begin with. Yes. Okay, the downside of playing it safe is that if you play it safe and mess up,
Foul.
then you miss out on, and you have to retake, then you miss out on a sort of improved jump. So here we go. Ah, she was slow getting her feet up. Okay, I'm happy with that. I got the safe jump. They had like one of the best Olympic high jump competitions this tournament. I know that. That's been hugely... Done some really impressive stuff.
400 meter race.
Yeah, I've been trying to get the roll cheat to work, but I can't get it to work. I'm not sure it's listed correctly. I know we have got it to work correctly though, so appreciate all the likes, everyone still on stream. I said this is available on the Sega Saturn Athlete Kings. It was included in the Decathlete collection. There isn't a current reissue of it. Sega are kicking themselves by not reissuing the arcade version of this and Winter Heats in a double arcade collection. It would just be great fun.
On your mark. Get set.
Ah, yes, another world record. Bested my best time. She's actually a runner character. For me, her surname Kemi Dada. Oh, it's alright. Look. But it's nice to do some more record breaking. So that's a good run. Slightly down on the long jump. I'm a bit disappointed with that, but everything else is good.
The 110 meter hurdle.
But as I said before, this game just looks absolutely gorgeous, and the open source scan converter does just show it up lovely. Downside is the open source scan converter doesn't do interlacing too well.
On your mark. Get set.
just out. I hit that one. I was hoping to try and beat the record with her, seeing she is a runner character. Deal, that's a good score. That's a very good score. I think that should be over 1,000 still. Okay, it was 99 points before, so that's 9.
The discus throw.
The angle's 45 on this. Apparently I can beat the power to increase it as well. And yes, as I showed earlier, you can control the blimp, as you mentioned there as well. SNK boys, you hold the left trigger. It's the R trigger on player 2, I believe. Yeah, you can spin it round and see the advert. I showed that earlier in the stream as well. It's quite fun to watch, so. Is that going to be a good throw? Oh, that's not bad. I'm struggling to get over. No, that's not going to be a good throw. Oh, is this going to be a good throw? Not bad. Not bad at all. 51 metres. My best so far has been 55. I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, this game I used to play all the time with my friends. This really is a great multiplayer. I think my only downside with the original is the fact it didn't have 3 and 4 player sport, which was something they added in for 3 and 4 players, I should say. 3 and 4 player support. It was 3 and 4 player support, multiplayer support. Something the sequel did add in. In fact, they could have even added up to. I know they did. The Saturn wasn't harder, but if you redid it, you could probably do something like 8 player support. Right, here comes my Nemesis event. Yes!
Thank you.
Oh, I messed up that last one on the high one. Well, I've cleared it this time. That's all that matters. We've actually got a score this time, so I'm just going to have to hope that the scores on my other games are going to get me. I'm probably going to miss out on the 10,000. Oh, 910. Maybe not. That's actually. So yeah, that gives you obviously that one gives you better scores for the difficulty. So
The javelin throw.
910. Okay, right. Now this one, 88. Can I best it? I pretty much got this one down to a T. Not with a great start like that, though.
Thank you.
Slightly too high. Okay, 74. Not as good as my previous run. Not a bad score. I would like to have got at least 80, so we're going to be down on that one. Maybe we'll have 1,000. I'm not sure. 963, so... How many games do I have left? If it's just the one, I ain't going to get 10,000. If I have 2 left...
1,500
Yep.
meter race.
So I can get at least 9,000. I can best my previous best. Appreciate everyone on stream tonight. Thank you all for your views and your likes and everything. Appreciate to everyone. Thanks to 8-Bit SNK Boy for joining me as well at the minute. And we also had... oh, time to get going. Good start. This piece of music was clearly someone said, we want you to make chariots, it sound like Chariots of Fire, the song, without getting like, having to pay for it. Come on, I can beat it. I can get the world record. I can beat my best time. Come on. Oh, I was hoping for... Yes. I was hoping for a slightly faster time there, but that is a damn good run at the end there. So yeah, slightly better performance than the Javelin, and I would have tipped the 10... I have actually beaten the 10,000 mark. If I actually go back to my original save files, because I thought I'd just see how well I did on stream, but I think this could be a 9,000 score. $9,850. Yeah, I've only been a bit fast. Slight that. Appreciate all the likes, everyone. So yeah, that's another superb run. That was actually better than the first one as well. I think my best is about 11,000. Very best, but that's when we used to spend. Because this game I used to play an awful lot when I was younger, when we had it on the Saturn. I think you can even get 12,000. I think we even one time did we used the turbo pad to see how far you could get. Because you could get about under 8 seconds, I think. 9,852. Yeah, I'd have liked a 10,000 score, but that is a solid entry, seeing it's been a while since I played this. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is Athlete Kings. I think I've done 3 runs the arcade mode. Oh, we've had 83 people view. Thank you for all the views, everyone. I'm very much appreciative. I've done 2 hours 20 minutes on the stream. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I don't think I need to show anything more. Just going to quickly give the 100 meters cheat a whirl. Oh, it's the 2 girls who are the... Oh, she's jumping. I thought she was running, actually. The 2 other girls. So there are 3 female contestants. Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can get the run, so the 100 meter jazz roll cheat to work.
100 meter dash.
Just before I go, so there is a mode of basically you can get the character to do silly
Course
roll.
number 1. Li Huan, China. Course number 2. Joe Kudo, Japan. On your mark. Get set.
Even the run character couldn't quite best my best time yet. I'm going to have to take a quick look at this Saturn lead afterwards. So, yeah, I think I will leave it there. I've been your host for this randomised gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven. I will look at one last Saturn game this week. I'm not entirely sure what I'll stream tomorrow. So, no, not tomorrow, Thursday. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this look at Athlete Kings on the Sega Saturn. Certainly it is a very appropriate game to play with the Olympics currently running. As I said, it's probably one of the best Olympic games going as well. This track and field, you've got its follow-up Winter Heat, track and fields follow-up, which is Hyper Sports. The DS version track and field's quite good. And then you mentioned the P. I have to give 8-bit SNK boys recommendation of the track and field on the PS1 a shot at some point. I know there was a Dreamcast track and field game, and I got that. I don't know if that was the same as the PS1. That was okay. So that is the same as the PS1. I think that was alright. But yeah, thank you for joining the stream. So this has been a look at the superb, the high-res Sega Saturn game Athlete Kings, or Decathlete as it was known in the rest of the world. So it's called Athlete Kings in Europe and Decathlete. As I mentioned, Jeff Jansen was removed from the North American version, sadly. And Mankiki Kazami was not in the European version or the North American version. So really the Japanese version, if you want the bonus characters, really is the best version to go for of Athlete Kings. It is a fantastic game. The sequel, Winter Heat, is great as well. I do highly recommend them. I just want to say thank you again to 8-bit SNK Boy for joining me on tonight's stream. And thank you again to Inside the U to join me at the start of the stream. What I managed to smash, what to say is, he was about 5,900 points. We managed to smash that in tonight's stream with 9,800. It's a shame we didn't quite get 10,000 points on that score. Thank you all for watching as always. If you just enjoyed the streams, apologies, I'm just finishing, but you can go back and watch the whole stream from start to finish. We take a gander at all the modes, and I beat Decathlete mode twice, and I beat the harder arcade mode as well. But it is a superb game. I do highly recommend it. As I said, it's only available on Sega Saturn in this original form. There is the arcade releases as well, but I don't believe they're still correctly emulated or anything, and Sega have never reissued the arcade versions, sadly. There is the Decathlete collection on PlayStation 2. That was not a great conversion of any of the games, however. That was basically done by, was it 3D Ages, and it was just not great. Winter Heat has a horrible bug in one of the modes that renders it just virtually impossible to complete, but it's not bad, it's okay. It includes Virtual Athlete on Dreamcast as well, which is basically a cut-down version of Athlete Kings with slightly better graphics. Virtual Athlete is a really disappointing game in comparison to Athlete Kings. If you play Athlete Kings, really Virtual Athlete should have been Athlete Kings 2 with more events, so they could have added in things like the relay and other things like that. But as it stands, it is still a phenomenal game that I highly recommend. It's either the ring man running. You can actually play as the ring guy in the second game, but not in Winter Heat, but not in the first one. But that's it from me, everyone. I hope you have a good night, a good evening, good morning, or a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I will be back Thursday for another Randomised Gaming stream. As always, I've been your host for the stream, Random Gamer Riven. And if you enjoy our content, please do consider hitting that like button and that subscribe button. And hell, if I can be cheeky, you can also use Super Chat or stickers as well if you want to support the channel. But I leave that entirely up to you. As well, I don't like to mention it. Hi, Matthew Sanders. Thanks for joining the stream. Apologies, you've just joined literally as we're about to wrap it up. Oh, well, seeing you joined, I just picked this one up. Alright, I'll do one quick race. I'll do one quick last race. Yeah, this is a fantastic against Decathlete. Oh, you're Rap Lawyer. You've changed your username. Yeah, this is, thank you for the like. Thank you for the like there. I just see your name. I'll quickly show. Yeah, this is, I've literally just about to finish this stream, but it's been a nice popular one. We played through the mode multiplayer. It is by far the best looking game on the Sega Saturn. It is just fantastic.
On your
Let me give this
mark,
one up.
get set.
That That was a dreadful run. I'll give that one another shot. You got banned on your other account. What did you say on your other account to get banned? You shouldn't be getting banned on your other account. Well, what did you do, dare I say? Yeah, the character mods in this are absolutely fantastic. It is, I mean, it just puts the PlayStation to shame, really, this game.
Long jump.
Yeah, I mean, the visual, the motion, the movement of the characters, the way they move, the fluidity, it's not something you'd expect in the 32-bit era. I'll be honest, I don't like calling games by generation, by 5th gen or 6th gen. I don't know who came up with that idea, but it's not clear what gen is what. So it's just a terrible idea. So I always refer to them either as like the era, so 32-bit, or refer to them by the decade, so mid-90s consoles. I don't know who started teaching that gen thing, but it's just, it was just a dreadful idea. Yeah, everything here, the models just look more like... In fact, this actually looks better. I was going to mention it earlier. This actually looks better than some Dreamcast games that were lazy PS1 ports. And in fact, this actually has more character than its sequel, Virtual Athlete, which was the third game in the series, which just wasn't very good. Oh, we got more. Hello, Hemp Knight. Thanks for joining the stream. I am going to be wrapping up shortly, but seeing as you suddenly had a few extra people, I'll do a quick bit. Let's swap character. Let's jump back into the secret character, Mankiki. Oh, no, we didn't get him that time. I don't think we've seen the Russian guy crop up for any of the events yet. Yeah, that gen history is just rubbish. Anything that Wikipedia says is a bit dubious these days. I noticed one of the founders was saying the site's been compromised. So yeah.
Course number 1.
I'll stay on for a bit. See, it's nice of people to chat to. It's just not. If we get viewers, it's nice to give you guys a bit more of the stream. So.
Course number 2.
Jeff Jansen.
Yeah, one of the
United
founders
Kingdom.
recently came out and said it's too corporate related.
On your mark. Get set.
Yeah, the Dreamcast technically is regarded as the 1 to 8 era because it's the first of them officially. But yeah, it is a bit weird because the Dreamcast arguably falls in a weird category of its own. I mean, technically it did come out with the PS. It was out with the PS2, but it was, and I think it was out with the GameCube in Japan. Oh yeah, Worldwide Soccer's really good as well. I did actually learn recently 90 Minutes was a follow-up to... see if I can get improvement on the javelin throw, because I've been doing really well at the javelin throw.
Javelin throw.
So my current record with Jeff Jansen, and Alexi's also a thrower, so I'll see if I can improve it. Yeah, the Saturn games have such a great, vibrant palette. When it's used well, not every game has a beautiful palette like this, but it's always nice to see. Well, I can stay for a bit longer. I was only going to play Warframe once I'm done with this, so for a bit before heading off to... I'll just do some events, seeing if I can best my times, although the world records don't count in this mode if you beat them in practice, annoyingly. So, there is technically one last Japanese Sega Worldwide Soccer game. 90 Minutes on the Dreamcast is actually a Japanese developed soccer game. However, however, 90 Minutes was not, I think was released early in Europe, so the Japanese version is quite a bit better than the European version. Japanese version is a totally different name, and I learnt there's an expansion disc for it as well that lets you create your own teams and other things. Oh, that's a close one. Did I beat my best throw? I probably 76 metres. Speaking of, you need to stream Sonic R. Hemp Knight, I'm disappointed in you. If you go take a look at our stream history, you'll see I did a full playthrough on Sonic R, I'm afraid. And actually on a stream. I am going to do a full long play though of Sonic R at some point. But yes, I have already done a full stream some time ago, Hemp Knight, on Sonic R. Maybe I'll do the PC version at some point that was included on the GameCube release, but I have previously done it, I'm afraid. Yeah, I wasn't aware too much of the Temco football games on... there were a few Konami ones. I don't know how good they were, but... I've actually picked everyone now, so another one's Rick Blade, the all-rounder. And I'll jump back to... How about 3D Blast, Sega Saturn? Yeah, Sonic 3D Blast. I would probably like to do a Sega Saturn one, seeing as we have done a... if I'm being honest with 3D Blast, I'm more likely to do a full-on long play video rather than a stream. One of the reasons being, at present, although I've been streaming, we still get more views on our YouTube. So basically, we do need to earn revenue on this channel, and at present, the stream videos, although you guys are great chatting, we don't tend... What I found with the stream videos is they don't have a longevity. So for some of the videos I do need to do them more as long plays and things, because that way we'll get more views in the long run. So far a lot of the streams don't seem to be gaining traction, and I think that's partly how YouTube has set up streams. So they got Jackie... Yeah, I was going to say they had Jackie Charlton on one of them, didn't they? I haven't played any of the Konami football games on Saturn, I will admit, so...
The 110-meter hurdle.
Oh yeah, Sonic R was an absolute fantastic Sega Saturn game, and I will do a full-on long play without me commentating on it as well. So that will probably actually be this year. I intend to do quite a lot of Saturn coverage in the near future, so do stay tuned to the channel.
On your mark, get set.
I'm number one.
I put out a video on Euro 96, which is okay. We put out a video recently, seeing as there was the Euros on. Yeah, it's weird. The streams... So the streams don't have longevity on YouTube at present. If you do a stream, so if I put out a video, I will continue to get views on that. Most of the streams, I've only had a couple. How about Joan alone in rugby? That's not a bad idea actually, seeing as that's a power one. And I probably should do video. I mean, most of them I want to do gameplay videos of, but it's nice to do streams when I can chat about a game. So I do like to pick stream games that we know I can chat about. I don't know that much about rugby, and it's been ages since I've played Joan alone in rugby, but I can dig it up. We do have a copy. It is power exclusive as well. In fact, actual soccer's a power exclusive as well. In theory, I could stream that because that's a bit interesting. The actual soccer club edition is power exclusive and slightly different to actual soccer, the Japanese version and the US version, which is based on the original actual soccer, whereas club edition is based on the later release of actual soccer, and then there's actual soccer 2 and actual soccer 3. Got to see opinion. Oh, we're getting more people on the stream now. This is weird. It's sort of it did this. It's done. They keep doing this weird thing of the wing arm stream. That's not a bad idea actually, because wing arms is actually quite a short game. So I am going to cover most of the Saturn games in the very near future. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, it does actually have quite good menu music. Actual Soccer Club edition. So we will get round to covering just about every Sega Saturn game released in Europe in the not too distant future, as we do have a bit of a project that's going to be revolving around that, but I'm not going to say too much more. I have a couple of videos that I need to get out before I can actually do that. A wing arms stream? Yeah, we could look at wing arms, because wing arms is quite a good, enjoyable shooter. Yeah, I mean, visually it's not perfect, but it has got some great... Try that again. Back up to 6 concurrent views. Hello to everyone watching the stream. Thank you for joining Randomised Gaming. I was supposed to be finishing a few minutes ago. If you do like this stream, please do hit that like button. It is very much appreciated. And dare I suggest, I was watching a YouTube video. I was joining one of the YouTube things today, and I was telling you about. I know we do have stickers and super chat activated, but that's entirely up to you guys if you want to use it. I do appreciate everyone who does use it though. I need to practice at the pool. Yeah, wing arms is... I will enjoy. Wing arms, I had the same thing. I was initially expecting it to be utter rubbish, and then when I played it, it's actually quite good. It's loosely based on... I actually used to think it was a straight port of, and I shouldn't really be doing this. I used to think it was a straight port of Wing Wars on the Wing Wars arcade game that Sega did. I think it's related Wing Arms, but it's not quite the same game. Right, this is really... I've been dreadful at the pole vault all evening. This is the one event. And please do smash that like button if you haven't already. It does help the figures for all our videos. Basically, whenever you hit the like button, it does.
Foul.
Yeah, we've got quite a few of the American exclusive ones as well that we didn't get. There's still a few we haven't got that we'd like to chase. Contra is one of them we're still trying to track down, which is a bit of a pain to get, although we do have the PlayStation version of Contra Legacy. Yeah, it is Legacy of War, and it's a pretty terrible game. I really am sucking the pole vault tonight. As you've seen, we've showcased a huge number of Japanese games. As I'm showcasing the Japanese version of Winter Heat, I haven't actually shown you guys recently Mankiki Kazami, because okay, next time if I fail this, I'll swap to Mankiki, because I showed him earlier in the stream, but as I haven't showed you guys, there is a secret character you can unlock who's only in the Japanese version, who was based on a manga called Decathlon, and because he's a so that was the reason why he was cut from the game, because of course he was actually a licensed character. It's a bit of a weird thing to have a licensed hidden character, but again, I'm late on that one. I need to get a bit more power up. Manx TT Superbike. Yeah, we could cover that one, although there's not a huge amount to cover in that game. And I don't like Manx TT Superbike that much, I have to admit. But I'll consider it for stream. Definitely Wing Arms is quite tempting. I've got the Japanese version of Wing Arms. The PAL version was quite blunder. It was one of those games that got quite a blunder optimized. Right, let's pick the secret character. So, as we discovered, you need 8,000. So you need 8,000 points to basically the secret character, who is you need 8,500 points to unlock. So let's just go to him again. So you hold X, and then you select the mode you want to play as, and then Joe Kudo, the Japanese competitor, will be replaced by Mankiki Kazami. But in order to unlock him, you must beat the 10 event mode with a score of 8,500 points or higher. Just confirm that in the chat. Yeah, the rubber banding's terrible. That's one of the reasons. Then the timer was messed up spectacularly in the PAL version. So I've never actually played Beach Spikers, so I'm guessing it's one of those games we should probably get a copy of the GameCube on in the not too distant future. I've seen it around a few times. One of those games I just thought, it's just a beat volleyball game, but I've heard a lot of people say it was quite good. So, and Sega did put out a lot of good games. There's a few Dreamcast ones I actually need to grab. We saw T-Shot the other day. That's some quite interesting stuff in the Japanese version, and got a follow-up. So this character is utterly crazy. His victory celebrations are just hilarious. Apologies, I do need to look at the SCART lead on the Saturn. It seems to be having a slight buzzing, so I'll need to check that before I do any more videos. Some of these leads I'm actually going to have to replace. That's a good jump for practice. Well, my favourite football games is Sega hardware, then I will be brutally honest, none, because I don't like football games. I mean, if you want the best Saturn one, it's definitely Worldwide Soccer, but I'm still not a huge fan of it. Oh! 9 metres 53? Okay, so that'd probably be about 9 metres 40, but... But yeah, I will be brutally honest, we're not fans of sporting games. I mean, we did Mega Man Soccer a few weeks back, so that was really good fun. I noticed most of you guys don't come out for the SNES streams, because I was streaming SNES games all last week. So I've got certain people who I know will come out for Saturn games, certain people I know will come out for SNES games. So I had... Naiko will come out for pretty much every RPG we've got. There's another guy, the Mizumi guy, seems to come out for SNES games. You guys all tend to appear on Saturn games, so...
The discus throw.
Now, we had a couple of people come out for GameCube, Blaze and things. Some of them would... There are a couple of them that would come out for the GameCube, so it's quite... We've got quite a eclectic mix. I've had a few on the PS2 as well. Hi, Breadmaster. Thanks for joining the stream. Why is everyone joining the stream, like, just before I nearly finish? And yes, every Saturn game should have looked this good, but I think one of the reasons, if every Saturn game had looked this good, the Saturn would have just crawled to a halt. There's not actually that much on screen. Oh, that's going to be a dreadful throw. That was just ridiculously high. That was a really strong one as well. Oh, again too high. I'll try and improve my discus throws. 47. I will consider doing wing arms. I think that's a good suggestion of them. So I think Rep Lawyer's probably got the best suggestion for ones I want to stream at present. I will stream pretty much every. Yeah, I think you're right there. I think VDP 1's probably only doing the characters in this one. Breadmaster.
The discus throw.
VDP 2's doing some really great high-res characters, and I think VDP1 is probably doing it. Yeah, I do enjoy. I will admit, Wing Arms is quite underrated. The only negative I have with Wing Arms is that it's a very short game. There's only like 5 stages to it. I'll just give the blimp a quick turner as well. Yeah, VDP1's doing the characters and VDP2's doing the backgrounds. Oh yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good. Stream that rock paper scissors game. No idea what you're on about. You'll have to explain more, Hemp Knight. No, I mean, when you look at the models there, the graphics, the smoothness, the animation, so fluid. That's probably been mocapped as well. Come on, come on. 52. I've got nowhere near the world record on the disc, because this has been the one that... Especially with the jumping and all the animation as well. Blue Skies UK Resistance. Not sure what. Blue Sky. Oh, is that a reference to Gary Cutleg's old website, UK Resistance? See if I can bet my 400-meter times. Yeah, I mean, it's really... I mean, they built this as an arcade game first and then ported it to the Saturn, but... They clearly knew what they were doing when they did the arcade version. And then they just port... I think the team that ported it to Saturn were a little bit inexperienced, but they just got everything right because the arcade version, they knew exactly... Blue Skies, Yellow Brown. Yeah, you had that during the start of the 360 era. You had a lot of games that looked like everything was just grey. Dreadful colour palettes. Absolutely dreadful colour palettes. Yeah, STV is a Saturn, but they still had to slightly port it because it's a change of hardware slightly. Because STV boards actually have more RAM, and that's why 1 or 2 games I think had to use the 1MB or the 4MB. As well, yeah. Winter Heat, however, is quite a reduced version in comparison because Winter Heat used the more RAM quite expansively, so they had to reduce the graphics for the Saturn's version. If you compare the arcade version to the Saturn's version, Winter Heat uses high res in the arcade but not in the Saturn's version because there's a lot more going on in Winter Heat. I think because you have 3D backgrounds with the sort of gradients going up and down and stuff, so... Right guys, it's nice you've all joined at the end of the stream, but I'm going to have to wrap up, so I'm going to give Mankiki Kazami one last event and then I'm actually going to wrap up after this. So if you haven't already, please do smash that like button, it is very much appreciated. Yeah, Astral Superstars doesn't actually need the RAM cartridge Bedmaster, but you can run it without, but Final Fight Revenge was a really lazy port from the arcade version, and so they used the and yeah, as you say, Saturn's version of Golden Axe, the duel lost quite a lot of animation.
Foul.
Just run that. Oh, the Yukimi special. A copy of that. As many weird games as I could find. Okay, that's one I definitely don't have in the collection. It's probably not one I'll be grabbing anytime soon. A rock, paper, scissors game. Yeah, that wouldn't be one that would be stream friendly either. I can appreciate it, guys. Breadmaster, everyone else who's hit that like button. Thank you a lot. I should probably actually do a long play as Mankiki. Yes, it is on open source scan converter, so it does look lovely, but it does struggle a bit. The open source scan converter does struggle a bit with the because it's 480i, so it's a 480 interlaced game. It does struggle a bit on the open source scan converter. It's not ideal. Oh, hang on. I think I might have. Yeah, I should have actually done. I actually go to this. What I have is I actually have Yay for 2 de-interlacing on at the minute. Yeah, it's because I'm not running it direct. So what you're actually seeing. I'm just going to quickly change it for a second. Don't see. Yeah, I didn't realise that. It's completely skipped the mind because I'm seeing the combing aspects on my screen. You're not, because I'm running this through. In fact, I should probably actually record. If I go and record this, I should do this. So if I do this, you will see the interlacing again. And the combing artifacts. That's because I'm using Open Broadcast Studio, and it's actually something Nico mentioned. Is you actually have you can select de-interlacing. So if I go to Yay for 2 now, so currently Yay for Yadif 2. If I go to Yadif 2XF, that gets rid of all the interlacing artifacts. So yeah, I completely forget. You probably get smoother footage than me, because I've been looking at all the combing all night long. But I should probably actually consider when I'm doing, that's what's about PS2 games, is actually do this, so do the Yafer so we get the smoothness. But yeah, that's basically using the open source scan converter in conjunction with Yadif X2 de-interlacing on Open Broadcast Studio. Does it look that good then, Breadmaster? Because I can't really see because I've not. So does it actually get rid of the de-interlacing? I can't look at the actual stream in its entirety. Not while I'm. 51, that's not great. Oh yes, that was a great practice one. 94.33. Oh, just steps out over the line. And just the additional hop. Yeah, you have to be careful. Okay, so I've managed to improve my score
110
drastically
meter hurdle.
on that one, but sadly that doesn't count because it's not in competition. It's just one of the things is you have to do everything in competition for the records to count, sadly, which is one of the probably my slight gripes. You can't practice on single events and keep the records if you do get them.
On your
Or
mark.
at least I could argue then they should have done like a
Set.
special practice track so it looked like a practice thing. They could have turned the track grey and taken off the logos as if you're in some sort of pre-training event. Right. So a bit of last fun on the long jump, people. Thanks for all the likes. If you haven't already, smash that like button. And as always, if you enjoy our content, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. Join like my commentators who are already subscribed to the channel. I know that because I've set up subscriber only chat. That's purely to avoid some of the spam comments we've had in the past. So I think it's a great way you only need to be subscribed for a minute and if you want to unsubscribe at the end of the video, by all means, but at least that way, if you have to be a subscriber for a minute before you can comment now. Again, when you see like the run animation here, it's just so very realistic and just so good. 8.63. And either you guys have all gone quiet in the chat and you're just watching, or the chat is suddenly delayed, which sometimes happens, I notice. But yeah, I mean, it does look, I mean, it still looks phenomenal. The open source scan converter and everything. 9.27 as well. How close was I? Ooh, a little bit. Ooh, mine, you're probably about.
Foul.
A signed photocopy of a CD. Yes, that's an odd one. Yeah, I know the Jigsaw games are the D-Jig. We've been meaning to try and get some for a while now, but can't find any. There's about 4 of them. They look quite good fun. Not sure what the school horror story game is. Fish Tank, yeah, Aquanauts, we've got that. There's a couple of them. I'm gonna go for I haven't beaten the world record on the high jump, so let's go for that. Oh yeah, I forget he scissor kicks but doesn't frisbee. I'm aware of quite a few weird and funky. Yeah, you can't do the high jump with him because he does a weird scissor kick. You have to do it and then lift the leg up. Right, I'm going to do one last 100 metres dash for a bit of fun, and then I'm going to wrap it up, guys. So thanks for joining the stream, everyone.
Course number 1.
Mankiki, Kazami, Japan.
Course number 2.
Carl Vine, Germany.
On your mark. Get set.
I was hoping I was trying to beat my world record, but I keep... That one's definitely... 10:16 seems to be about my limit. I know I've got under 10 minutes in the 10 seconds, but it's really difficult.
100-meter dash.
See if I can beat this one before the stream ends.
Course number 1. On your mark. Get set.
Equal to it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I'm now wrapping up for good this time. Thank you guys for all joining. Oh, that... I know which one you mean. I didn't realise that was a horror game. There are a few sort of weird and wacky games on Saturn. I have now actually got all the Capcom arcade games, including the weird quiz game they did that's effectively a follow-up to Quiz and Dragons, but is borderline unplayable. It's totally unplayable unless you know Japanese. But yes, that is it from me, everyone. I'm going to say good night from me, Random Gamer Riven. At this time it is good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you've been. As always, please do smash that like button if you haven't already. Please do consider subscribing to the channel if you like our content. Thank you very much. So I'll say thanks again to 8-Bit SNK Boy who stayed with me even though the other was about to finish. And thank you to Breadmaster who jumped in, Hem Knight who jumped in at the end, Rep Lawyer who jumped in at the end. Appreciate you guys. And then we also had Inside the U who joined me for the start of the stream. You actually enjoyed the playthrough. I actually managed to beat his score, so he was quite impressed with that, which is great. But that's it from me. I will say my piece now. Thank you all. I'll be back Wednesday to do another stream. I will have a think. Yeah, I'll definitely think about doing another Saturn game. I will consider Wing Arms. I haven't covered it yet on the channel, and I might well do Wing Arms. But I'll have a think. No worries, guys. I'm glad you've all enjoyed Athlete Kings or Decathlete. It was said before it's released in 1995 in arcades, 96 in Saturn originally. It is a fantastic game for the Olympics, and the Olympics, of course, are going on right now if you haven't already seen it. That's it from me. Thank you all for joining, guys, and I will see you all on Thursday's stream, which will be another Saturn game. So, good night from me, and I'll see you all very soon.